welcome to Module 1 of the Intro to Boxing and MIT Training course. So our aim is to give you the tools necessary to have a nice, fun and safe boxing fitness workout with your family and friends at home or at the gym. We believe that this is the best kind of exercise for achieving your goals, toning up, burning fat. It's just a great workout. So let's get started, guys. Please try and follow along with everything that I'm doing during this instructional, and then make sure you have 5 or 10 minutes of solo practice after watching each module so that you can really perfect your technique after every single module. So let's get started. So feet shoulder width apart, hands out. We're going to do little shoulder rotations. Make sure my posture is good. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together around my back. I'm standing up nice and straight. Great work, guys. 5 more seconds on this one, and then we're going to rotate the other way. Okay, now rotate your palms over facing up, and we're going to rotate backwards now. Again, try and keep your posture nice and straight, and also remember to breathe. 5 more seconds. Fantastic. Okay, shake your arms off. Now moving on. We're going to move on to jogging and boxing. So this is what it looks like. Follow along with me. So you'll notice how I'm keeping my elbows tucked in here for this warm-up. I'm not having my elbows out here because this isn't correct. So my elbows are in, and I'm also rolling my punches out and over on the end. So you'll notice that I'm pulsing my knees forward and I'm timing my steps with my punches. So this has a deeper purpose, guys. Eventually when you start having to step with your punches, that's the coordination you need. So this is just a nice warm-up drill to help warm up your coordination so that you can step your feet in time with your punches. So we've got about another 20 seconds of this one, guys. This one's going to go for about 60 seconds. I'm going to show you again from the side view. Nice and long. Timing my feet with my punches. Left, right, left, right. Fantastic. 10 seconds. Keeping the hands traveling back to my cheeks. Nice and high. Giving our shoulders a nice warm up here too. Okay, time. Next up, last warm up drill, we're going to do some lunges. So what we're going to do, we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to do forward lunges. As we lunge forward, we're going to push our palms up to the ceiling, and we're going to give ourselves a nice chest stretch as well. When we're coming back, we're pushing strong off that foot. Nice, guys. So we've got about 30 seconds total of this one. Make sure you're doing it properly. You'll notice how I'm not stepping too shallow here or too long. Stepping just the right amount of distance for me. Nice. 10 more seconds. Alright, shake it off. Now, that was only about a 90-second warm-up. If you're feeling a little bit cold or a little bit tired, you're more than welcome to do that whole routine again. So do one more set of the shoulder rotations, one more set of jogging and boxing, and one more set of lunges before moving on. Okay, welcome to Module 2. This is for stance setting, basic forward and backward movement, and then also angles. So let's start by setting our stance. So we're going to have our feet together. If I'm a right-hander, I'm going to move my right foot shoulder width apart and then shoulder width back. You'll notice the angle of my feet. My front foot's facing somewhere forward. My rear foot is facing around a 45-degree angle that way. My rear heel is off the ground. I'm on the ball of my rear foot. My hands are up around my cheek eyebrow level, and my elbows are tucked in. So here we are, and then we can have a little bit of a practice weight shifting as well. A little bit forward, a little bit back, a little bit forward, a little bit back. And here we are with our stance. So have a little practice with me. Just get comfortable. Have a look at your feet. Are they shoulder width apart and shoulder width back? And then we're going to move straight on to our movement drill. So first movement drill, we're going to move forward and back. So what this looks like is I'm going to shuffle forward twice, shuffle back twice, and then you'll notice that I'm going to keep my feet shoulder width apart the whole time. Common mistake with this one, guys, is moving forward and moving back, and then suddenly it's like walking on a tightrope. I have no balance here. So I want to make sure my feet are around shoulder width apart, so I'm nice and laterally balanced, so I can do a lot of boxing movements off this and stay based and not lose my balance. So having a look from the side, shuffle forward, shuffle back, 2 forward, 2 back, and stop. Look at your feet. Are they shoulder width apart? If not, fix them up. Let's try a few more times. So get back in your stance, set, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. And you'll notice how I'm taking nice small steps, because small steps are all you need in boxing, just to be outside of range, to inside of range, to outside of range again. Okay, so now we're going to work on some angles. So why do we angle? It's so when we throw our combination, we don't just stand there and then our opponent walks forward and hits us back. So this is used if you want to actually do proper boxing technique, but it is also great for your fitness, throwing a combination and then moving out and angling. It's great for your coordination, it's great for your cardio fitness, it's great for everything. So what we're going to do as a basic practice is we're going to quarter turn to our clockwise. So you'll notice I'm going to pivot on my lead foot and swing my rear leg around. So that's a 90-degree angle that I just did there. So let's have a few goes at that. So nice and balanced, angle. Cool. And now step back. Let's try again. Angle. And step back. Let's try again. Angle. And step back. Fantastic. Now we're going to angle the other direction. Now this one's a little bit different because I'm not pivoting on my lead foot anymore. So if I'm going to angle counterclockwise to my right, I'm going to step my rear foot first and then turn and be in the exact same position in my nice strong stance as I started with. Then we're going to step and come back. So nice and balanced, step, angle. Yep, come back. 2 more times, guys. Step, angle. Nice, nice and balanced. Step, angle. And step, angle. So you'll notice that I was here before, now I'm here, and if there was someone rushing forward, now they're here, available to hit. Okay, module 3, jab and cross. So I'm going to need you to set your stance first. So again, set your feet, get your stance, get comfortable, just check everything's correct, your hands are at the right height, your elbows are tucked in, you're nice and balanced, your rear foot is slightly off the ground, your rear heel, and we're going to start with the jab cross. Now, what is a jab? A jab is a punch that comes off your lead hand. It is a straight technique, and it's generally used to set something up. It's a fast punch, it's snappy, and it's used to set up bigger punches off your rear. Or it's actually just used for defense, just to move around and keep your opponent, keep something in your opponent's face so that they're not thinking about what they're going to do to you. So if you don't know what to do, then great coaches always say just throw a jab and move. So that's what a jab is. So let's talk about how to throw the jab. So I'm here, my hands are nice and relaxed, and I'm going to throw it out. And you'll notice how as I throw it, my elbow is not coming out prematurely, because this is a telegraph, and then anyone will see the punch and they'll just move and slip. So what I want to do is throw my hand about halfway out before I start rotating my knuckles over. And you'll notice how that way my elbow tracks straight the whole time, and then the punch is harder to see. This is a technically correct jab. So nice and balanced, let's practice our jabs together. So nice and balanced, go, 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 and go. So you'll notice that this is a very whippy, has to be relaxed punch, because then it'll be fast and effective. So also a side note here is I want to employ a little bit of rotation with this, so there is a little bit of power with it too. Nice and balanced, jab, 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 jab. Okay, so that is our jab punch. Now keep in mind that we can step with our jab as well to get distance. So we can start from outside and step with our jab, which we'll talk about in a second. But first, let's talk about cross. The cross is a power punch because it's coming from your rear. So the punch is already chambered. So we're nice here, and we're gonna, again, like the jab, we're gonna throw it out, and we're gonna keep our elbow in, thumb facing up for the first half of the punch. Then we're gonna rotate over at the end of the punch. You'll notice what's going on with downstairs as well. My hips are turning. My rear foot is pivoting on the balls of the feet. Again, a reason why not to be flat-footed up on the balls of our feet. So this is what it looks like. in slow motion here, and you're going to make sure that this one's on your head as well. Whenever I throw a punch, the other one's sitting next to my cheek ready to defend. Okay, so let's have a go at that cross by itself now. Nice and balanced. Okay, throw it, balance, throw, throw, throw. One more time. Fantastic. I'm going to show you from the side view. Keep following along, please. Nice and balanced. Go. 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 And go. Fantastic. So now we're going to add the jab and the cross together. So without the steps first. So I'm going to be on the spot and I'm going to go jab, cross, back, jab, cross, back, jab, cross, back. And you'll notice as I throw my cross, you can slightly shift the weight to your front leg, okay? So when I throw my jab, I'm pretty much balanced, and the cross, I'm gonna lean forward slightly and rotate. So again, let's go. Back to it, go. Go. Fantastic. So from the side view, keep copying along, please. Nice and balanced. Go. 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 Now we're gonna add the steps. So nice and balanced, step, step. And you'll notice as I step my rear, I'm stepping into that pivoted position as well. So nice and balanced, step, step, back, balance. Step, step, back, balance. Step, step, back, balance. So that's how you add steps to your punches, okay? So one thing that's worth noting is if you are outside of range and you go step, step from here, it's great to actually angle out afterwards. You can actually also go step, step, back, and then angle, or you can go step, step, but as you step out, they could throw a punch too, or your mid holder could throw a defense move at you. You could avoid that and then throw again. So it's all, footwork is very key here. It does take a little bit of getting used to and practice, but that's why we're here. So please spend a few minutes practicing this one again and again before moving on to the next module video. Hi guys, welcome to module 4. So in this module, we're going to be looking at the hook punch and the uppercut punch as well. So what are 3 cues for the hook punch? So essentially, just like your PDF document that you've downloaded for this course shows, it's going to be a chamber. Next, it's going to be rotate and elevate elbow with your palms facing down towards the floor. And then it's also going to be pivoting on your lead foot to give power. So you'll notice that the hook is almost like a fish hook shaped. That's why it's called a hook. So I'm here, chamber, hook, chamber, hook. And you'll notice that I'm also going to throw my hands from my cheeks. One common mistake here is dropping and throwing up high. We don't want to do that. So we're here, chamber, hands on our cheeks, then we're going to throw up and rotate. So I'm here, rotate. So this punch is commonly used for going around someone's guard. So if there's someone with their hands up, elbows in, their gloves are in front, this punch is designed to go around the outside and hit them in the side of their head. So let's have another look from this angle, nice and balanced. Hook, hook. You'll also notice the weight transfer happening here. As I chamber, my weight's coming slightly forward, and as I throw the hook punch, my weight's coming slightly backwards. Put my weight on my rear leg so that I'm able to pivot that lead leg as well and generate power through my hips. So that was the hook punch. Now let's look at the uppercut. So again, we've got 3 cues for this one. So we want to make sure we're chambered, ready to throw that nice strong uppercut. Next up, we're going to slightly drop our glove, not too much, slightly as we rotate, and we're going to keep our palm facing towards us to deliver a punch with the 2 biggest knuckles. So nice and balanced, chamber and throw, and then you'll also notice the opposite's happening for the uppercut. My rear side is now pivoting. I'm unlocking that hip with my foot to throw that punch. Let's have a look from the side view. So nice and balanced, chamber, throw, chamber, throw. And you'll notice my weight's coming slightly forward here as well. So there's a couple of ranges for hooks and uppercuts or any sort of round punch. There's the short range if you're very close on the inside. There's the medium range, which is sort of where we're going to be working with the pad holding. And then there's the long range if you've really got to reach. Today we're just going to look at the mid-range normal variant of this. So let's have a go at adding the hook and the uppercut together. So we're going to start with the hook uppercut. So chamber, hook, uppercut, nice and balanced. Have a go. And again. And remember to breathe, guys. So you'll notice I'm exhaling through my nostrils as I throw the punches to help myself stay relaxed, and sometimes this will even help you punch a little bit quicker. So let's have another go, hook uppercut. Nice and balanced. Nice and balanced. Nice and balanced. Fantastic. So now let's try a uppercut then a hook. So you'll notice with this one, if I throw my rear first, it's automatically going to chamber my lead. So then I don't have to chamber it. So uppercut, I'm already chambered, ready to roll straight into that hook. Also keep note of the weight transfer here. Slightly forward, slightly back, back to stance. A couple more times. One more time. Fantastic. So that was the hook and the uppercut. So one little brief explanation of the uppercut again is that this punch is designed to hit underneath the chin, the nose, any sort of area on the bottom half of the head. So the hook can sometimes be used after the uppercut because the uppercut lifts the head and brings the gloves forward, and then the hook comes around behind the gloves. So paired up together, these can be a very effective combination, but they're also great for fitness and boxing work. So let's move on. Okay, welcome to module 5. So this is where we're going to learn how to hold the pads for a jab cross. Now we've got a couple of rules with holding the pads. So for starters, they're going to be nice and close together. So when we're not calling a combination in between, we're going to hide, show, hide, show. So this is going to make sure that our communication is clear with our puncher. We're going to ensure that they're close together, not far apart, because the puncher is not punching two separate heads. They're punching one head. You're going to make them a virtual head right in front of your own. So that's why they have to be a little bit closer together. Next rule, we're going to rotate our shoulders to give feedback. And you'll notice if I rotate my shoulders to give feedback, I'm going to make that virtual head here. Whatever punch it is, you're making that virtual head right in front of your own. So they're hitting one single target. The next up is I'm not going to cut his punches off, so I'm not going to give too much feedback onto his punches because then I may as well just be punching. I'm going to catch them just a little bit of feedback to make that virtual head and catch them right in front of my own head. Last but not least, the head height. I need to make sure that it's at my client's head height to ensure that he's punching his own head height. So let's try for a jab cross together, and you can see how I'm holding the punches here. So let's go for a jab cross. Nice, again, and again, and again, one more time. Nice. So you'll notice how I'm catching the punches to allow him extension on his punches, and I'm also not crowding him. So let's have a look at a bad example. So punch, yeah, jab cross, jab cross. So see, I'm cutting off his punches. I may as well be punching myself. So let's go again, jab cross, yeah, jab cross, jab cross. Fantastic. Okay, module 6, working the hooks and the uppercuts. So what I'm going to do when I'm holding my mitt for a hook is I'm going to make sure that the pad face is facing the correct direction because the punch is coming around from this angle. Next, I'm going to brace my shoulder and I'm going to give a bit of feedback just to make it feel like he's hitting a real object. Last but not least, the height needs to be correct as well. So let's throw a few lead hooks and we'll see how we feel. Let's go. And again. And again. Fantastic. So that's a great hook. Now, next up, we're going to look at the rear uppercut. So same rules apply. We're going to make sure the face of the pad is facing downwards. I'm going to rotate and brace my shoulder, and I'm going to make sure that I'm catching at the correct height around his chin height. So let's have a look at a few rear uppercuts. So nice and balanced, just touch. Yep. Fantastic. Awesome. Fantastic. So, and you want to make sure that your partner is pivoting to make sure that he's rolling through on his punch and delivering a nice punch onto the pads. Now, let's have a quick look at throwing those punches together. So, we're going to start off with a lead hook and a rear uppercut. So, again, start nice and slow, keep it relaxed until you're comfortable with each other's timing, and then you can up the intensity and the power. So nice and balanced, nice and relaxed. Let's just touch a hook and an uppercut. Let's go. Yep, and again. Yep, and again. Fantastic. So now we're going to throw those punches in reverse. Rear uppercut, lead hook. Nice. Nice. One more time. Fantastic. So make sure you pivot your lead foot on that hook. So make sure your partner is pivoting the lead foot on that hook as well. Nice. Time. And you'll notice as our partner throws the rear uppercut, up and freeze, his left shoulder is already chambered, ready to throw that hook. So there's no need to rechamber that shoulder. So it should flow nicely up hook. Okay, so let's have a go. Yep. Yep. Now a bit faster and a bit softer. Keep balanced. One more time. And balance. Okay, next up, module 7. We're going to look at throwing 8 different fun combinations that you can use with your friends at the gym or at home. So let's look at combo number 1. It's just jab, cross, So some important notes with this one. This is a good range finder, just to make sure that our partner is punching to his maximum range and doing nice punches. So we're going to start with a jab, cross, so I'll show you what it looks like. So nice and balanced. So we're going to go jab, cross. Let's go. Excellent. And again. And again. One more time. Fantastic. So next we're going to add another combo. We're going to go jab, cross, lead hook, rear cross. So all we're doing is changing the third jab to a hook. That's all we're doing. So make sure that your partner, after the cross, is transferring back a little bit, pivoting that front foot with the hook as well. So we're going to go jab, cross, hook, cross. Let's have a go. Fantastic. And again. Yep, one more time. Fantastic. So that is a jab, cross, hook, cross. Next combination, we're going to look at jab, cross, hook, uppercut. So that's a lead hook and a rear uppercut. So again, like the previous module video, we're going to make sure we flow, 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 and then back to our stance. So let's have a go at a jab, cross, hook, rear uppercut. Nice and balanced. Let's go. Yep, and go. Yep, and go. And one more time. Fantastic. Okay, combination number 4, cross, hook, cross. So with this combination, make sure our partner is pivoting on his feet. So slow it down if you need to, just to get the technique right. So nice and relaxed, elbows in. Let's go cross, hook, cross. Yep, nice and balanced. Go. Fantastic. And again. Yep, a bit quicker, just touch. Let's power. There we go. Now we're going to look at combo number 5. Rear uppercut, lead hook, rear cross. This should all flow together nicely. So let's have a go. Touch, a bit better, elbows in. Yep, elbows in. A bit better. Make sure you pivot on the lead foot of your hook. Yep. Combo 6, we've got the double jab, cross hook, cross. So when you're catching a double jab, pad holders, make sure that you get the timing with your partner. You can start slow, build it up, and just make sure you're catching at the right time. So let's have a look at the double jab, cross, hook, cross. So nice and balanced. Let's have a go. Yep, and again. There we go. Yep, and again. One more time. Fantastic. So now we're going to vary this combination slightly. We're going to go double jab, rear uppercut, lead hook, rear cross. So nice and balanced. Let's have another go. Yep, and again. Yep, and again. Fantastic. One more time. Nice. Okay, next up, combo number 8. We're going to look at a cross, hook, cross, double jab. Let's have a go. And again. And again. Just one more time. Nice, fantastic. Okay, module 8, how to employ movement and footwork into your pad work. So, very simple exercise this one. All I'm going to do is hold my combination. It could be a jab, cross. Afterwards, I'm going to hide my pads and I'm going to walk forward. I can call something like move, and then our partner is going to angle around. So, let's try a jab, cross. Move. Fantastic. So, your partner can move just on a 45 or all the way around, completely up to you. Now we're going to go the other way. So instead of pivoting on that lead foot, he's now going to step around and go the opposite direction. So 4 punches again. And move. Fantastic. 4 punches. Move. 4 punches. Move. And you'll notice how I'm hiding my pads and I'm keeping my eyes on my partner and I'm adjusting myself until I'm ready to hold again. So one thing to avoid, you don't want to do this, 4 punches, and then angle around with him like this, because that creates confusion. You want to hide your pads and you want to walk towards him afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, walk towards, angle, and then he knows I'm attentive, I'm focused, and I'm ready to tell him when to go again. Another thing you can add to this is, let's say for example, an angle and then a cross afterwards. So we're going to do another drill here where we're going to do 4 punches. I'm going to walk forward, he's going to angle, then I'm going to turn towards him and hold for a cross straight away. So let's drill that a couple times. Nice and balanced. Okay, 4, move, cross, and back. Reset. Fantastic. Let's go again. 4, angle, cross, and back. So this is a little bit harder and creates a little bit more need for timing, but practice makes perfect. Drill this one a whole bunch before moving on. So one more time. 4 punches, move, cross, nice and balanced. 4, move, fantastic. So you'll notice how you don't even need to cut the angle all the way around sometimes. It can sometimes just be a 1/8 little bit of an angle here, so 4 punches, little angle, and that's just enough to get off my center line. So he only angled 45 degrees there, but he's still angled out of my way, and he can still throw that nice right hand punch on the end there as well. Okay, so now we're going to offer you a bit of a different angle look at that angle change to the counter cross. So we're going to start off with a jab, cross. I'm going to move forward, and then he's going to angle to his left first, and then his right. So we're going to do twice per time. So nice and balanced, 4 punches. Move, cross, yep, back in front. So you can see how we just did about a 1/8 turn, and that was still enough to get out of my way and throw a nice counter shot as well. So jab, cross, angle, cross, fantastic. So now we're going to look at angling the other way. So nice and balanced, 4 punches, angle, fantastic. Jump back in front right there, nice balance, 4, angle, cross, yep, one more time, 4, angle, fantastic. Okay, module 9. We are now going to do a stretch. So we're just going to teach you some basic stretches just to stretch out any of the muscles that might become a little bit tight after doing a boxing fitness workout. So we're going to start off with a belly stretch. So we're going to come down, hips down, looking up, hips pushing down into the mats, shoulders pulling backwards, trying to look up at the roof. Remember to breathe while you're doing any sort of stretches. So we're going to hold this one for about 20 or 30 seconds. Remember to breathe. Nice, okay. Now, next stretch, we're going to push back. We're going to creep our hand out. We're going to sit our hips down, and we're going to keep resistance in our palms to stretch our shoulders out. We're going to stretch our shoulders and our chest out by reaching out forward and pushing down. Remember to breathe. Nice, 10 more seconds. And release. Nice. Next up, we're going to step foot forward and we're going to push our hips forward for a hip flexor stretch. So next up, on the same side of our knee that's touching the ground, we're going to lift our arm up. We're going to reach over our head and we're going to grab our tricep and we're going to have a slight lean that way, away from our knee that's planted on the ground. We're also going to maintain a nice straight posture here. Fantastic. Again, release, shake it out, change sides. Again, push forward into your hip flexors. Make sure your foot's in the right position, not too far. seconds. Now same but the other side, reach up, grab the elbow, and we're going to slightly lean over just to get a nice stretch all throughout our transverse abdominals and tricep muscles here. Again, keeping a nice posture, remember to breathe. Fantastic. Okay, shake that out. Onto our back. We're now going to stretch our glute and hammies. We're going to pull our knee all the way into our chest as much as we can. Relaxing here. Remember to breathe. Fantastic. Change legs. Other side, pull it in. And release. Okay, last but not least, we're going to put one foot down. We're going to put the other foot up like this. We're going to reach through. We're going to grab our own knee and we're going to gently start to pull towards our chest. You should feel a nice stretch in your glute muscles here. Maybe some hamstring and ITB as well. So breathing, remember to breathe. As you exhale, try and pull it a little bit closer to your chest. A little bit closer, a few more seconds here. You can have your head up just like this, or you can also relax your head back into this one. I don't mind just being here. Okay, release, let's change sides. So right foot now on the ground. Left foot up, reach through, and pull in again. Make sure that your foot's in the right position. It's not too high, and it's not too low, it's not too across. It's just sitting just on top of your quad muscle there. So, pulling in for another 10 seconds here. Big deep breath in. As we exhale, pull it a little bit closer. And great job, release.